Hello, and welcome to the Human Being 101 podcast. I'm Kathleen Schaefer, and this is Conversations with Kathleen, where we discuss how to live the mission of the Human Being Store: better people, better work, better world. At HBS, our work is based on a new way of leading in our careers and our lives, and this podcast focuses on how to do this through the lens of current events. As we come into this first weekend of April, I don't need to tell anyone listening to this podcast that we are in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. And I have been spending at least an hour each day through the HBS membership program, offering free sessions to anyone that wants to join. We've been discussing how to lead and succeed in remote work, and people have been coming forward with questions and inquiries and experiences about how they are navigating through this. And so today I'm going to take a bit of a departure from our normal subject matter of connecting leadership and work to current events to do and talk about and discuss the one thing that I have been suggesting as an essential practice for anyone wanting to lead and succeed through this time. And indeed, I think is an essential practice, for all of us moving forward, even as we move beyond the coronavirus pandemic. And that is, it's the suggestion to get quiet. And you will see, and I will talk about here as we move through this, that today's podcast comes with the hashtag Screen-Free Sundays. I know it's a bit ironic that we're sending this to you on a Sunday, and hopefully after you've had a chance to listen to this and read the article that accompanies it, that you will know that we're encouraging people to take at least a few hours today and to get quiet, to get off of our screens, to get off of our news feeds, to let go of social media or binging on TV. And the reason that I want to encourage everyone to find a place of quiet today is that until we can get to a space of quiet, it is impossible to find a new direction. And ultimately, that's what people are calling for. People are knowing and understanding that, in a way, coronavirus has created this societal quiet in that we're unable to connect with each other socially. What I am suggesting in the Screen-Free Sunday and in this podcast is that we take the next step and find that quiet even within, our homes and our places where we are feeling distant. That being quiet isn't just about the silence. Being quiet is getting rid of the noise. And for those of us, who have been existing in this world, we have been engaged in a society that is very much like an assembly line, that we all have things that we're to show up and do at the same time in the same place. And, it's how we have managed our lives, whether it's education, where you show up at a class and everybody sits there, whether it's in our offices where everybody's supposed to be there at a certain time, social events, all of these things. And so many of us have not taken the time to mindfully disengage from this feeling in the sense that there is something that I should be doing. And in the absence of having the external assembly line active in our lives by being out and engaged with the world, we've utilized screens as a substitute for that because it keeps feeding us this kind of urgent things that need to be attended to and addressed. And just for today, if you can do it, if you can find a place where you are mindfully quiet and disengaged from any of that outside assembly line interference. And when you get to that point of quiet, if you can allow yourself that, what I'm asking is is to see what starts to come from within you. At the Human Being Store, our leadership connection model that we use with our clients, begins with, introspection. It begins with working with you to understand your gift. And from that point of knowing, what it is that you uniquely have to offer the world, we talk with you about clarity around your talents, your strengths, your skills, your contribution. But really, the umbrella way of looking at all of these things is what inspires you. And every person can get there. You can take that moment of quiet. And when you let yourself be free of the external feeding something into you, and you're quiet, and it could be quiet while you're engaged in a hobby or while you're drawing, or you could just be sitting in silence or out in nature gardening. There's a whole variety of ways that you can be moving, hiking, doing something, but yet be quiet and be disengaged from that external stimulation. And when you are, I guarantee that what is going to start to come from this is this feeling of inspiration, of something that you haven't thought of in a while, of something that sounds interesting to do. It could be to go and clean up a closet. It could be to go out into your yard and start pulling weeds. It could be to sit down and write something that you've been wanting to write. Whatever it is, see what comes from within you. Again, that's what we offer and suggest here as the basis of leadership at the Human Being Store, is that true leadership is founded and rooted in the inspiration of what you can bring to the world rather than how you respond to what the world is bringing to you. So get quiet, get connected to what inspires you, and then that's when to take action. That's when to take action. So if in these moments of quiet you do find that inspiration, take action on that. And when you've done that, maybe go back and get quiet again and see what the next inspiration brings to you, and then what the next action leads you to. And it is such a wonderful, wonderful practice to begin to engage with the world from the inside out rather from the outside in. So I'm going to intentionally keep this podcast a bit brief this week to encourage you to have a screen-free Sunday, to find that place of quiet free from external distractions, to get connected and to listen to what inspires you, and from that inspiration to take some action. And as you engage with this practice, please just be mindful and know what this feels like. Because the truth is, this is how effective leaders operate all the time. And as we think about what is going to be needed as we move through this pandemic and for what is to come after, it is going to be people, leaders who are connected to the best of themselves and are able to bring their inspiration and their leadership forward to address the issues that we will all be facing and the opportunity to create the world anew. Better people, better work, better world. That's us at the Human Being Store. Please reach out to us at hello@Human Being Store if you're interested in attending any of our free sessions. And we look forward to connecting with you soon, hopefully from a very inspired place. I'm glad you listened today. Thanks.